Hey, what's going on, guys? FaZe Censor
Wait, is
here. Hope
Censor
you guys
still
are
in
having a
FaZe?
great day. Now, I'm going to try something new for my channel. Basically, I set up a
Guys,
new
for
Gmail
seriousness,
address
is this
because
real or is
somebody
this
on
for
one of my
fake right now?
comments asked if they could send me a question to an email. So I set up a new Gmail. I called it censorfitness@gmail.com, and I replied to his comment, and I said, yeah, shoot me an email, censorfitness@gmail.com. Send me whatever you want to send me, and I'll answer it. So I replied to that comment. Then the very next day, I woke up and I checked the email, and I ended up having like 15 or 20 emails from different people asking me about the gym, asking me about life, asking me about Call of Duty. Some of these emails are pretty personal, and I didn't hear back from some of the guys, so what I'm going to end up doing is just showing you guys the email, and I'm not going to put the name in there, but I'm going to read it, and I'm going to tell you what I said to this person. And if you guys want to ask me any questions at all, you name it, it could be the most personal thing in the world. I get extremely personal with my stories. My virginity video just reached 1 million views, so obviously I'm not afraid to get personal, and if it's that personal that you don't want me to put it into a video, just comment after you put it in an email. Just say, hey, I'd really appreciate if you do not put this in a video, and I'll make sure not to put that in future videos that I do like this, if you guys do like this type of video. So let's get right into the questions. Okay, so this very first question came from somebody that I'm not going to disclose, but he said, hey Doug, how are you? I have a serious problem and I just want to reach out to you. A little bit of a background is I'm a 14-year-old COD player. I go to school every day until 3, and then I get home and play COD until like 11, then repeat. I'm not very popular at school, but I do have friends. Now keep in mind that I grind COD daily. I'm 14, I do not go outside, and I do not socialize. Kids in my school tend to mess with me a lot because I don't talk back and I act as if it doesn't bother me and I go on with my business. Sometimes I think I am a disgrace to my family, and I even contemplate killing myself. Kids mess with me because of my skin tone, my size, and Call of Duty. I'm a very good COD player. I bought team passes to go to UMG Orlando with 3 of my in real life friends. I have really bad anxiety, so I wussed out and I sold my team pass. I know this sounds weird and there's a 98% chance you will not read this, but you really are an inspiration to me. And I really need your help as I can't keep living like this. Much love. So, like I said, I'm not going to say this person's name because he didn't get back to me, but basically what I said to him is that there's nothing wrong with doing something that you love as long as you're not lying, cheating, or hurting anyone. I mean, at the end of the day, who really cares? I remember when I was 14, I was a freshman in high school. I remember sitting at a lunch table with 5 other guys, and they were talking about Call of Duty World at War. That was the game that was going on at that time, and I was #1 in the world. So I played the game literally more than 99% of the population. I was playing it 12 hours a day, just like this kid. I went to school, I left school at 3 o'clock, and I played COD till like 11, 12 o'clock at night, and then I do the same exact thing the next day. And I didn't have that many friends. I did get picked on a little bit because I didn't really care enough to back it up and just like talk crap back to somebody, because all I really cared about was ranking up and getting #1 in the world for wins. So I definitely can relate to this guy. I also remember going back in school, and I would skip a lot of school and I'd watch like TV series instead because I didn't want to go to school in the morning. I didn't want to wake up to go to school. All I cared about was playing COD. I never got to the point where I wanted to kill myself. So that's a really serious thing. And all I really said was video games are fun. You know, school is a really important priority. You need to get your schoolwork done. I mentioned as long as you get your schoolwork done, as long as you still pass your classes, you try your hardest with school, play as much Call of Duty as you want. Don't think about being a disgrace to your family. You're only 14 years old, man. You have your whole life ahead of you. I'm 20 years old, and I still think that I have a long way to go in my life, and I have a lot to learn and a long road. So if you're 14, dude, you still have your whole life ahead of you. Play Call of Duty. Do what you want to do. Come out to an event and say hi to me, or even contact me again in an email and I'll get back to you. But at the end of the day, like I said, you're really young, 14 years old. Live it up. Play as much Call of Duty as you want. Just make sure you get your grades done, and don't feel guilty about yourself for doing something that you enjoy, because if you found something you like and if you found it a passion, as long as it's not taking away from your grades and taking away from everything that you do, which is what got to the point with me in Call of Duty at one point, as long as it doesn't get that far, you're fine, dude. Everything's good. Next email is from Edward Ibarra. Hey Doug, my name is Edward. I'm 14 years old and I'm a big supporter of what you do. I played video games my whole life. Gaming just completely gets my mind off things. It makes me feel better. My first COD was Black Ops 1, and I was pretty average at it. And in Black Ops 2, I stepped my game up by a lot. Making it in competitive COD will always be a great accomplishment for me. I've thought about making music, and I still write songs here and there, but I mainly focus on getting better at COD. Also, in fitness, I really want to get in shape, feel good about myself. And I look at you, and that's where I get my inspiration. You're a dude who probably already accomplished his life goals, but I might be wrong. I used to eat a lot of junk food such as chips or soda every day. Now I stopped all that. I stopped all that about a month ago and I already feel great. In school, my grades are pretty average, all A's, B's, and C's. I'm a freshman in high school. My teachers have always believed in me to do better, and that's exactly what I did. I also know what life is all about at such a young age. I just need some advice on how I could do even better. The sky's my limit, and I won't stop until I touch it. So thank you for inspiring me to be better for myself. Hopefully you get to read this email. I love you, Doug. Hashtag FaZe up. This is a really heartwarming email, and this is something I would never expect to get in my wildest dreams. But this dude, at 14 years old, already seems to know what he wants to do, where he wants to go to college, what type of a degree he wants, what his future wife's going to look like, and how many children he's going to have too, if he's going to have pets, what he's going to do. He seems to have this all figured out at the age of 14, so that's pretty incredible. He said that he always gets A's, B's, and C's, and he wants to work on that a little bit. So what I suggest to you, Edward, is keep doing what you're doing. Take things day by day. Life, you know, it goes up, it goes down. It seems like you're on like an ultimate up right now, dude. Just keep riding the wave. Do what you gotta do. Just focus really on what you can do every day to get better, because a lot of people, you know, slack off and get lazy. A lot of people decide that, you know, halfway through the day they just want to stop doing what they're doing. They can't wait to get home, sit down on their bed, and watch Netflix all day. And, you know, they want to be counterproductive. And in the really short term, it's okay to just slack off. And, you know, even me right now, I was just eating Starburst minis, guys, and I never like to promote any fast food, any candy, anything, but it's 1:57 in the morning. I'm drinking G Fuel FaZe Berry, use code Censor, just so I can stay up and make this video. And I'm eating Starburst, I'm eating candy, so it's okay every now and then to slack off. It's okay to binge, it's okay to do the wrong thing at times, but you just gotta make sure that you're constantly progressing, you're constantly improving in whatever you're doing. If you're grades, if you're playing COD, if you're whatever, anything you're doing in your life, just make sure that, you know, you're doing the best you can and you're putting in as much effort as you can into whatever you do. Because I've seen people that I've been really close to just completely give up on themselves, and I think that's the reason why I've changed so much and I've been as motivated as I am, because I go absolutely nuts when it comes to the gym and my YouTube schedule and COD. You guys don't know like really what I do behind the scenes, but every day at the gym, work out as hard as I can. I do 30 minutes of cardio, I stretch for another 20 minutes, I come home, I make a video every single day, I put as much effort as I can. I put so much effort into it, and I'm not saying this to come off in a way like, hey, try to top me, or I'm the best in whatever I do. I'm saying this because I just had people that were really close to me that decided they just didn't want to live anymore, they just want to quit, and it got to a point in my life where it was either I could quit too, and I could be just like them, or I could change it. And I'm a type of person that takes something all or I take nothing. So I decided to go all in with YouTube, with the gym, with COD, and I literally put every ounce of energy into it. So I just want to be able to let you guys feed off that energy a little bit. Like I mentioned before, anything that I do, hope you guys can be inspired by it. So Edward, I really appreciate this email, dude. Keep doing what you're doing, and I hope you can email me again sometime soon and keep me up to date with your life and your grades. Make sure you change those C's to B's and those B's to A's though, man. Make sure those grades are on top, because you're a freshman, you still have your whole high school career ahead of you, and you want to get the best grades you possibly can and get into the best college you could possibly get into. Next question comes from Seth, not Optic Scumpy, but he goes, hey Douglas, it's Seth. I really wanted some advice from you. I'm really trying to get big and be the best at what I do, which is Call of Duty. And I have such a passion, and yet my team lacks to train and communicate. I always put 110%, but everyone I try to team with, they all never take it seriously and they won't stop. I don't know, I just feel like I'm being ruined because these people do not want to take this team seriously. Sorry bro for the long message, but this is such a passion and I really want to go somewhere. I want it bad. Alright Seth, I'm going to give you a little bit of an insight of my pro COD career and what I did to get to where I am now. Basically, I was on the top of the world in 2011. I won my first tournament, Nationals. I teamed with Aches, TP, and Scump right after that. Everything was great. I ended up teaming with Proof, JCap, and Dito and NBS, and I was doing great. I got into the gym. I stopped playing as much. I started working out a little bit more. And then I ended up finding myself in a situation where I was going away to college, and I was working out, and I was working a part-time job. I didn't really find too much time to be a pro COD player, and my placing started to drop. I didn't put in as much time. I didn't have as much of a dedicated team as what I really wanted, so I ended up taking a break a little bit in Black Ops 2 in like 2013. Then once Call of Duty Coast came out, and once I saw the potential with esports, I figured I want to get back on the radar. So I found one player. That one player was Apathy. Me and Apathy got together. We found two other players. We had Fears and Too Quick, and you know, Too Quick had a girlfriend at the time. He wasn't too dedicated to playing, so we ended up replacing him with Saints. But the long story short is that you got to just find at least one player who's really dedicated to playing the game, one player who's also as equally talented as you are, because you sound like you put a lot of time in and you have it, you know, paying you back. It sounds like you're playing really well, you're putting in a lot of time, and you don't have 3 teammates like that either. So don't get too mad at those guys. I remember I had a situation like that back in Black Ops 2 where I got in really bad arguments with my team because we just didn't see things in the same way. But instead of doing that, just part ways with those guys. Try to find at least one person who shares the same dedication as you and build your way up from there. You know, you always got to build somewhere. I think about it with muscles. I think about it with, you know, fitness and physique and Call of Duty. Whatever I do, I always figure you got to start small. You got to work your way up. You know, you're not going to be an expert in the beginning. You're not going to be a pro player right away. But if you really want it that bad, if you take the initial steps, start small, work your way up, and then get to where you want to get to. At the end of the day, the sky's the limit. You can go as far as you want to go in whatever you want to do, and I firmly believe in that. Final email says, "You have inspired me. I have learned that no matter what people do or say, the only thing stopping you from reaching your dream is yourself. I'm inspired to become a better me. I just wanted to say thank you. I hope you read this." So I'm going to end it on this because there was a point in my life where I don't want to say I was clinically depressed, but I'm sure that I was in a depressed state of mind, and all I really cared about was COD. I didn't care about the gym, I didn't care about school, friends. You guys have heard this story a million times, but I'm just going to let you guys in on a little bit of an insight. I didn't socialize with my family. I wouldn't go out for dinner. I wouldn't, you know, eat dinner with my family. I wouldn't hang out with my friends. I would make up excuses to not hang out with my friends just so I could sit here and play Call of Duty, so I could just use this controller and play this video game because I was so addicted to it. So I'm sure that I was in some sort of a depressed state of mind, and then I don't know what happened to me, but I ended up snapping out of it, and now all I care about is just bettering myself every day. And I don't want to come off as like too much, but I really think about like every second of the day, what can I do to better myself? And I might think too much about it, but I just want to be able to let that energy off to you guys a little bit. You know, through my videos, through everything that I do, I want you guys to understand that no matter how bad it gets, it could go rock bottom. Like, I'm prepared that for whatever happens in my life, I could go to a rock bottom and I'll still be able to work my way up. And that's just what I believe in. And I hope that you guys, if you're in a rock bottom right now, if you're going through anything, that after watching one of my videos, you could say, hey man, you know, I could turn things around. You just got to think about what's important for you and what's a priority for you and how to get to where you want to get to. It always starts small and you got to work your way up, just like I said before. So, you know, nothing can really stop you but yourself. You can do whatever you want in this world. You can do whatever you want in your life as long as you really put in the work and you really want it. So I'm going to end it on that note. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, give it a thumbs up, comment, let me know what you guys think. And like I said, if you guys want to do more of these videos, I can make this into a weekly series. Just send me emails at censorfitness@gmail.com. Ask me anything, say anything, Call of Duty, the gym, you know, any topic that you want me to cover, I'll be able to do it in this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video again. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, guys, this is your boy Doug Censor Martin, and I'm out. Peace. I didn't start working out until I was 17, and I don't really encourage anyone to lift heavy weights until they get to a point where they're like 16, 17, maybe 18 years old, because your body's still developing, your body's still growing. When you're 14 years old, you're still going through puberty. I think you're a freshman in high school at that time, so you still have a long way to go. And I remember when I was a sophomore on the football team, there wasn't really any dudes that